In this video, I'm going to show you how to go about overclocking your graphics card. You may be in the situation that I was in not too long ago. I was being a little pussy-ass bitch. I didn't want to overclock my GPU because I was scared of the shit bursting into flames and my computer just breaking. But I have found out that that is not the case. So to get right into it, you're going to want to go and type this shit in right here. You're going to want to search MSI Afterburner and MSI Combustor. MSI Afterburner is going to be the first one on the screen. You're just going to download that. It's very self-explanatory, very easy to do. For MSI Combustor, though, you're going to want to click on this, MSI Combustor Home Geeks 3D. So you'll click on that, it'll bring you to the screen, hit download. Now, this part, do not, for the love of Christ, do not hit start now. I just about nearly downloaded every single piece of fucking malware there is imaginable by clicking on this shit. Do not click start now. It's gonna ask you to add a bunch of Google add-ons and shit. You do not want to do that. So avoid clicking start now. Instead, you're gonna click on this right here, MSI Combustor 4.1.15. You're gonna want to just click on this, and it'll walk you through how to install it. I'm not going to go through that right now because I already have it installed. It's very, very simple. It takes a couple minutes. Very easy to do. Don't worry about it. Once you have all of that stuff installed, this is what it's going to look like. This right here is MSI Afterburner. And once you have Combustor installed, that's what this guy is right here, this sign right here. So you're going to want to open up MSI Afterburner and MSI Combustor. This is what Combustor looks like right here. And what you're going to want to do is hit run stress test, and you'll see that it brings up a little benchmark test right here. So it's going to go through and tell you what your GPU temp is, the load. As you can see, it's at full load, and this is to stress test how much your GPU can handle. And it's showing you how many frames you get right here, and then the runtime. So over here in MSI, you're going to see I have my values on the bottom here. The first thing you're going to want to do is up your power limit and temp limit to maximum. It is not going to hurt anything. Trust me, it will not hurt anything. I was scared as fuck about it at first, but I realized it's not bad at all. It's not going to hurt your shit. Don't worry about it. You're going to want to put both of these to max, power limit and temp limit. Fan speed, you can tinker around with it. You might hear my fan's about to go fucking nuclear, so I apologize if you can hear that, but my fan speed is at 70. You can definitely hear them kick in when you up this, but it's just nice to have within the 50 to 70, even in the 90 range, depending on what your temperatures are hitting. I keep mine at 70 because it's not super loud, but it keeps things nice and cool. You'll see that I'm at 75 degrees, 76 degrees. You're fine, again. This thing is made to go up to 90 degrees Celsius. I run a 1080 Ti, but your GPU, whatever it is, your temp limit is going to vary. Just max it out and you'll be just fine, trust me. Over here, under core clock, what you're going to want to do with these two things is they'll start at 0, and what you're going to want to do is you'll click and type in a value. Normally what you want to do is go in increments of 20 for the core clock, because you don't want to go and just up this shit all the way to plus 20,000, because yeah, that's a great way to make your shit crash, and then you're going to have to boot into safe mode, uninstall this program, and start all the fuck over. You don't want to do that. That's going to be just a pain in the ass. So what I recommend is going in increments of 20. You'll click here, you'll type in 20, you're good, and then you'll hit this little check mark, and then it will apply to Combustor over here. So I'm going to put in 70. I'm going to put in the 70 value because that's what I can run. So you might be like me where I get up to 70 and this program might start to buckle and even crash. It might just crash outright. And that is okay. It does not mean your shit is about to fry. That is just telling you that that's when it gets unstable and you need to just lower this core clock value down a little bit for it to run. That's how you know where you've reached your limit. So for me, it's 70. If I go any higher than 70, this program here is going to start to buckle and crash. It's not going to do anything. In my case, my computer would actually freeze, and then this program crashes. It's not a big deal. I just open it back up and then keep going about my business. Same thing here for the memory clock. The memory clock, you can typically go higher with that. I don't recommend anything at like 500 or over 500 unless your stuff is really cooled, like water cooled. That's just what I've read, is that you don't want to go super high on that. That's just what I've read anyway. So for memory clock, you can probably go in increments of 50. So I'd recommend just doing that, clicking here, typing in 50 to start, clicking the little check mark, seeing how combustor runs here for about a minute or so, and then if it seems stable and it's not crashing, up at another 50, and just repeat the process. You're going to do that with both of these. So once you get these values to its max, where this shit isn't going to crash on you, you are basically all set. This right here, this voltage thing, do not fucking touch it. Whatever you do, just don't touch it. You don't need to do anything with it, because I don't fuck around with the power at all. That is one thing I don't touch. I haven't needed to touch it. I've just done these things right here, and I've been fine. I do not fuck with the core voltage because I just stay away from it. That's all I do is change these values, and then I'm good. Then once you're ready to save it, you'll just click on the little save thing here, and then you can click on any one of the profiles that light up. Mine's under 1. And then what you're going to want to do after that is you'll want to hit the lock button to make sure it saves these things, and then minimize it, and then open up any of your games, see how your games run, see if you've noticed a performance boost, and just to make sure that they run in general, that they aren't suffering or buckling or crashing. And if they're doing okay, then you should be fine. You can open up MSI Afterburner again. I'm going to close this shit. And what you can do is hit this little Windows button. That is going to save it and apply it to startup. So when you boot your computer, it's going to have all these values saved and ready to go once Windows loads up. And that really is all there is to it. I know there's a lot more in-depth videos on how to go about doing it. I just wanted to make a quick one here just to showcase that it is entirely safe to overclock your GPU using this software. MSI Afterburner and MSI Combustor makes it very, very easy, very simple to do, and you don't have to worry about your shit frying out on you and being out of a graphics card. Because I know I wanted to overclock my 1080 Ti because, you know, you have to take out a small loan to get a fucking GPU nowadays, and even if you can get your hands on one, it's pretty fucking wicked, and who knows when that's going to change. So I wanted to see how much of a performance boost I could get out of my 1080 Ti, and I've noticed a pretty big difference in the games that I play, so it is definitely worth it to go about doing this. And yeah, that's really about it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will try and answer as quick as I can. But other than that, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Take it easy.